What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So today I'm going to talk about cola. I'm going to follow up a video that I did just a few days ago about cola. I still have people asking about when are we going to see cola, how much is cola going to be, so I'm going to talk about those things today. But first off, on this channel we talk about money and the financial struggles that Americans are facing today. If that sounds like something interesting to you, please subscribe to the channel and hit that little bell notification. That way you get notified anytime we put out a video. And like always, if you see my name and a picture of me in the comment section, make sure you see a check mark next to my name. That check mark signifies that it's me. If you do not see that check mark, it's not me. It's someone trying to impersonate me. Okay, so first off, let me show you guys where I am. So people have been asking me, so I'll just do a follow-up. I'm in Medellin, Colombia, and you see there's cars in the background. So if you do hear cars, you'll know why. You hear horns honking and all that stuff, you'll know why. I'm on my balcony here. So I want to talk about cola. People are still, they might be confused. I don't know. I put out information in the past about cola, but we'll talk about it a little bit more so you have a better understanding if you don't already understand how it works. So we're looking at 3 months. 3 months is what we need to be focused on. July, August, and September. So during those 3 months, we need to look at the CPI score, the Consumer Price Index. Okay, we'll get that every month, and I'll make sure I make sure every month to let you guys know what the CPI score is. In June, it was 9.1. In July, it was 8.6. No, 8.5. Actually, 8.5. And so we're going to be following it to see what it is in August. And it's very important for us to follow July, August, and September. And the reason for that is because the Social Security Administration will use those 3 months to calculate COLA for Social Security. And so right now we have 8.5 already on the books. And so in August, we'll find out what that is. And then in September, we'll find out what that is. And then they will calculate that information. And then in October, second week of October, is when we'll find out what COLA will be for 2023. So the talk is, and there are a lot of numbers that have been thrown out there. You have economists saying different things, and no one really knows. Okay, so we've heard it as high as 11%, and I've seen it around as low as about 8.5, 8.6. Okay. So that's what we've been seeing and hearing. My opinion, when it comes down to it, I think when it comes to inflation, I think we're at the top. Okay, and that's what they're using. Consumer Price Index is basically kind of gauging inflation. And so I think we're in a situation right now where we have hit the top of the peak of inflation, and we're on our way down. And so what that would mean is the CPI score for August will probably be lower than the CPI score for July. So we saw 8.5. We might even see it lower in August. So maybe around that same number, 8.4, 8%, somewhere around there. Okay. And so if that is the case, and it continues to go down, so if August goes down, let's say 8.2%, and then in September, we see numbers of 8% or even lower, 7.9% or so, then that's when the Social Security Administration in October, they're going to calculate, and they'll probably put it at somewhere around 8% or maybe 8.2% for COLA. Now, regardless of the number that we see for COLA, it's going to be the highest COLA that people would receive in I think it was 30 or 40 years, they're saying. So it's going to be a record-breaking COLA year. That's already been, unless we see, I mean, we're not going to see inflation. We're not going to see a CPI score drop down to 5% or drop down to 6%. And we know it was 5.9% the COLA was 5.9% for 2022. So we're going to see record high numbers when it comes to COLA this year. Okay. Now, what we hope to happen is we hope that number is somewhere around 8 or 9%. That's the hope, okay, for COLA. And then what we hope is that inflation will take a dive and drop and continue to drop until it gets down to around 3%, to 2% or 3%. The federal government wants it at 2%. And so they're going to keep trying to push it down until it gets to about 2%. And so the hope is that in 2023, if inflation continues to go down and go down, then the people receiving Social Security, people who receive that COLA, will be much better off, because they'll be looking at an increase of 8%. And I'm just giving examples here, but they'll see, let's say you see an increase of 8% for COLA for 2023, and inflation drops down to 4%, 3%, 2%. That's when it really pays off. COLA really pays off. We didn't see that this year because we saw COLA at 5.9%, and now we're looking at inflation at over, well, we saw it go as high as 9.1%, and so the dollar is not as strong, right? And so what we want to see is a strong dollar, and we'll see a strong dollar if we're looking at a situation where the reverse happens. You get a high COLA, and then inflation drops drastically. So that's where we are. That's what we're looking at right now. I don't know, there's still economists out there that are saying, and they think it'll be 9.6% or something like that, or close to 10%. I don't see it being that high right now. I just don't. And the reason that I'm saying that is because the numbers that we're seeing coming in from the CPI score, they don't warrant it at this point. And so unless we see another spike in inflation in the next couple of months, in August and in September, then we're not going to be looking at a situation where COLA will be 9.6 or even higher. That's just my opinion. Now, I'm not an economist, but I'm just looking at the numbers, and that's what the numbers are showing. They're going to take an average. The Social Security Administration takes an average of the CPI scores. Okay, so if they're taking an average, they're not just going to take the top. They're going to take that average. Okay, so if you guys have any other questions about this, please post it down below. I just wanted to put this information out because people are still asking about COLA and when we'll know when COLA arrives. We'll get it the second week of October, and they're pretty good about putting that information out that second week of October. So you can anticipate that happening. I believe it was October 13th last year. That's when the COLA came out, that 5.9% COLA. So we'll just have to follow that story and see where it goes. Okay, so that's all I have for this video. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.